world trace about the situation here. Right now up on the ground with the lie down and I go and do this now.
That include principal and interest. And that amount to some 2 billion Jamaican dollars, which is 2,000 million Jamaican dollars. That is the amount of money. You Bolt and him team, look at the company SSL, and look how they say people and say, Ray, and Bolt will not give out the legend the money and Ray and Tay. And obviously, the government could have just taxpayer money and give back USAIN Bolt and say, hey, see your money here when you're losing a private investment. Them could have do that to USAIN Bolt, no matter the circumstances. Because if they may do that for Bolt, they would have to do that for all of the rest of people them will lose their money in a SSL. So what them come up with? I want no idea. Let us make USAIN Bolt a global tourism ambassador. And obviously, people, they have to pay USAIN Bolt to do something like this. So it is as clear as day to me. So this move is to give back USAIN Bolt the money.
Really?
And the style.
Really? Guys,
You remember when USAIN Bolt father was buried the other day? You remember said the whole of the JLP Iraq did pack up my funeral. And now we know what USAIN Bolt is a global ambassador for the Jamaica tourism product. What a wonderful people. Now whether you want to look at it as a political move or a PR move or both.
Patricia Wagwan.
We remember the JLP tribalists did come out and accuse USAIN Bolt of making a investment and not doing enough research into the people who take the money and invest it and blah blah blah. Those were the kind of sharp political lines that were being drawn. Controversy with USAIN Bolt. Remember the PNP, of course, and say, hey, let money away, give her the money or whatever. Let us investigate and blah blah blah. On the political side. Of course, the ruling administration, as me say, they better get being feet. Because remember, say the Prime Minister did have money in the SSL and take it out conveniently before it crashed with Bolt and the other people and money, you know. So the whole optics of it, it never look good. And me can't help but thinking, people, that move, whether you like it or hate it, I don't know if it's there if I criticize it, but I think this move has gone a long way in fixing that bad optic. Of course, we don't know the value of the arrangement between USAIN Bolt and the Jamaica Tourist Board, but it is fair to assume that Bolt will not be doing it free. Of course, the Tourist Board has a massive advertising and so you don't know Bolt a smile from ear to ear. Bolt will make speech, man, when he accept the ambassadorship, man. How him, if you understand Bolt always tell you how he love Jamaica and Jamaica come first and you know but he can't to build up the country and way. The man was at the podium again, singing the praises of doing some things to uplift Jamaica and doing what he can to ensure that the youth in Jamaica get the opportunity and that the proper image of Jamaica goes up internationally. It's a proper tapa. Look here, you see, whoever come up with an idea to make Bolt a global ambassador, therefore some of the money that was stolen from him in a pocket, I think it's a brilliant idea. Well executed, as we say, and style. But you see, who knows style, no style. If you're in Jamaica long enough.
Like up a live, people, like up a live.
You know style? You know style.
Because myself, Patricia, press up a like button.
The rest of people who lose them hard-earned money and hard-saved money in themselves, they not laugh. They got a public figure. So they can't get a global ambassador like the will get. So them still a smirk and a suffer and in a depression. But at least the big PR monster that was in the room, the bad PR monster in USAIN Bolt, government not have Bolt smiling again, man, with the arrangement. Give him back his money and style. I don't know if they can give him back. I don't know. 2 billion Jamaican dollars still, or 12 million US dollar. I'm going to use it 12 million US dollar. Because that's so more palatable. I don't know how long the arrangement is for, what the value of the arrangement is. They suspect that this being a move in appeasement, They can sign it for as long as they want. It, I assume, for as much as they feel is needed to put the wrong right by USAIN Bolt. Hey, one thing they can tell us still the people. You see, you know that political season here, I'm not tell no lie. You see the governing party, they are a smart set of politicians. Well, anything in Jamaica now, up for the next 6 months of politics, don't tell me no. Anything will happen in Jamaica right now. If you get a cup of water, you drink up here, of politics. If you get water in your pipe, when you never did have water in your pipe, of politics. If you get sunshine when rain did fall, of politics. Anyway, according to the official investigation, is one such lady give all about 2 billion Jamaican dollars, 2,000 million Jamaican dollars, and the rest of people have money. One such lady, according to the official investigation. As usual, if you believe that, you believe, say the cow actually jump over the moon. How about that? And the cow that? See the cow Africa step. See the cow line up there. You believe that the cow you believe that the TV work the billions and billions and billions of dollars? Well, the cow will jump over the moon right now. See the cow line up to jump there. Step in, Maverick.
Oh my God. No, sir, people. Oh my God. Patricia, you hear that? The man say, USAIN Bolt get back your money and the style. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you say he's getting paid to be an ambassador. If he's getting paid to be an ambassador, then okay, that kind of makes sense. You know, I mean, I don't know. Does that mean he's a part of the government? Does that mean he's a part of the JLP? Right? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Them have to clear up this one because Oral Tracy open up a can of worms right there, so right now. Ryan Campbell, what up, man? I'm here lying flat on my ground, man. Taking in some breeze, you know. But this is very interesting. I ain't gonna lie. Oral Tracy say the man them pay USAIN Bolt him money back on that style. Because he must get paid. He must get paid to become the ambassador for tourism. No, I'm not going to lie. Even if that is the case, right? Even if that is the case where that's what they decided to do, yes? This is my thing. Isn't he working? Aren't they using him? You know what I mean? Aren't they using USAIN Bolt's image, likeness? Whoa. Aren't they using USAIN Bolt's image and likeness and global notoriety to their advantage? Even if they are giving him back his money in this manner, like what Oral Tracy is saying, isn't it a bad deal for USAIN? Like what does his job require him to do? Does he have to go away from his family? Does he have to fly overseas? Does he have to make appearances? What is the details of him being the ambassador? Or is it that he's just the face, they can use his likeness, and then they'll use their promotional machinery to take it from there? I mean, like I said, this is all allegation. Um, I'm just asking critical questions based on the situation, right? Well, what you guys think about that? Do you think Usain Bolt was given a 6 for 9, and they are trying to make things back up? I have to agree. For the people that are slow, this is good PR. This is something for the simple-minded person, the simple-minded voter to say, yeah, man, see, Prime Minister do something good, the man. You see about ambassador, everything good, man. SSL and everything all right. Forgetting about the 200 other people. Forgetting about the 200 other people that is actually suffering from loss of their. So what is the government strategy if this is true? Is their strategy to hire the 200 people into the government in some capacity, so they can work and get what their money? Because that would be. Hey, like I said, man, this is just hypothetical. This is not real. I'm just asking a question based off what Oral Tracy said. You know what I mean? Wow.
Down in exile, it last for a while, so go on up and lay up your treasure. Can't destroy you, a Rastafari pleasure. Oh, the Mr. Big Man, sit down up in a Congress.
Major Dapps presents to you Heart of the World. This prolific album is both inspiring and uplifting. It captures the pain and joy of the people while advocating for rights and justice with tracks like Your Pain, No Mining, Warning, and title track Heart of the World.
I need Isabel Rose video this.
Streaming the Heart of the World album on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, and
so what go on. I have an interview coming up 5 o'clock on my main channel. I'm just chilling and tying out right now. Salute to those who are rocking out with your boy.
As it pertains to the $5 million neurosurgery drill exposed by a opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes. Now, medical technologies have in the chat and is threatening lawsuit, but I have proof of the so-called invoice and the customs paper for the drills that were taken into the country via medical technologies. Stay tuned for details at hand. Very shocking revelation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. ABR family and viewers, so while Dr. Alfred Dawes continues to dig deep and to probe deep into this lavish spending via the government of a neurosurgical drill that he alleges to have cost 250,000 Jamaican dollars each for refurbished drill, we see now the managing director of Medical Technologies Limited, Ethel Hamilton, breaking their silence. And they are rejecting as simply untrue the allegations that the purchase drill was overpriced, and says that to date the equipment has not even been paid for by the government. And before me continue on what this managing director stated, can you imagine a drill brought in by this company, sold to the government? The government has been using this drill at the Bustamante Hospital for Children, and they have not been paid. So make that make sense. So is it a case then they are renting this equipment to the government because they must get some form of money? If it's not paid for from the government as yet, why would you hand over equipment that you did not get paid for? But let me continue. He then stated specifically, we find disturbing the claims made by Dr. Dawes that the drill purchased by Sarah for the hospital was not new, and that the purchase price was around 250,000 claims are false. The drill Dawes is referring to is actually the motor component of a drill owned by Medical Technologies purchased some years ago. The motor component, which is EM200 Legend EHS stylus motor, was sent to the United States on September 26, 2024 for repairs. Attached to the statement was a commercial invoice for the repair to support its claim. The company also contended the neurosurgical drill sold to Sarah is new EM800 series drill and not the EM200 model, and that Medical Technologies Limited participated in a transparent tender process for the procurement of the neurosurgical drill and was successful in their bid, and that the company will be taking all necessary legal steps to protect its name and reputation. And Dr. Alfred Dawes stated, "Bring it on." And I'm going to put up the customs paper and the invoice for the motor that the Medical Technologies are stating that Alfred Dawes is mixing up and stating that it's indeed a drill. Look at on the screen. I want to pick sense out of nonsense. They said that they sent away the motors to be refurbished. But it is said that if a company has equipment in Jamaica that is sent overseas for repairs, they do not pay duties on it when it returns, and they certainly don't get a sales invoice. I want to pick sense out of the nonsense that they're coming with. They are stating that it is indeed a new drill, and that the new drill is a EM800 drill, but until now they cannot provide the serial number that the well-thinking Jamaicans and even Dr. Alfred Dawes are about. Upon checks, allege that there's no trace of any form of custom paper to say that this brand new drill that they're claiming was brought in to the island. So, still asking, what is the serial of the drill that is being used in Bustamante Hospital for Children? So, to Medical Technologies, you want to the argument? This is the custom forms that the drill was cleared with. That is what we want to see, and we also want to see the serial number. And come to think of ABR family and viewers, when there is any breaking news out there, every other time the information is leaked to a certain mainstream media. Think about it. Have you heard anything from them about this neuro drill? Have any information been leaked to them about this neuro drill? I am yet to hear from them. I'm yet to see any form of leakage coming from them. So Meditech, we are asking to show us proof of the custom papers that the new drill that you claim, the new EM800 drill that was brought into the country by your company and was sold to Southeast Regional Health Authority, that's it. Show us the proof of that customs paper. Until then, we will continue to believe Dr. Alfred Dawes, and we will continue to stay updated, and we will continue to follow the money. We want transparency, we want accountability, and we need more from the Minister of Health. We need to hear what is going on with our tax-paying dollars. I also have a response here from up in April, the chairman of the Southeast Regional Health Authority.
Sarah Chairman Wentworth Charles has dismissed the call for him to resign, saying the concerns surrounding the purchase of the drill were addressed at yesterday's meeting with Dr. Dawes, to which he was invited in his capacity as culture. Mr. Charles says that during the discussion, he presented to Dr. Dawes all relevant documents for the acquisition of the neurosurgical drill for the Bustamante Hospital for Children, which showed that the purchase and costs were approved by the Public Procurement Commission. Mr. Charles outlined that the neurosurgical drill was sourced from a reputable supplier and met all international standards for quality and safety. Additionally, he says Sarah engaged in a competitive bidding process and 3 suppliers expressed interest by submitting proposals from a low of approximately $12 million to a high of over $50 million supply and delivery of equipment and advanced attachments, including a 2-year preventative maintenance service contract. Mr. Charles says the life-saving neurosurgical drill is the first of its kind in Jamaica and the Caribbean and is designed to support critical brain spinal surgeries in pediatric patients, significantly enhancing the Bustamante Hospital's neurosurgical capability. He noted that medical team will not have to wait on overseas missions before critical care can be provided to children, especially those with scoliosis. Mr. Charles said during his discussion with Dr. Dawes, he asked the assertion of impropriety be withdrawn or an apology issued. The Sarah chairman says Dr. Dawes has chosen to do otherwise, which has raised concerns about his integrity.
So all of them seems to be calling, Alfred Dawes a liar and threatening lawsuit. But what they fail to understand that the lawsuit that they want to come with or that they're threatening, they will have to disclose all these questions that we and Dr. Dawes are asking. They will have to produce the documents that we are calling for. And so ABR family on the seat right there is a phone. I want to hear from Uno, because as this get deeper, we will continue to bring this. We are tired of the whole heap of mismanagement under this government, and we are very, very tired of our taxpaying dollars going unaccounted for and all of the disingenuous from the powers that be. We also see in this government the Prime Minister boasting on the 50% cut in our poverty rate as according to the PIOJ. And it is now at 8.2% coming from 16.8%. And right on the eve of a general election, we're seeing this number coming down. Oh, ironic. Since 2023, they say, this number has been coming down. And we now know that all of these departments are, heavily affiliated with Jamaica Labour Party's, supporters and affiliates. And I want to ask ABR family and viewers, do you believe in these numbers? We want truthful and accurate data. We don't want data that is being manipulated to suit the government. And so with so many persons, basically migrating from our island as soon as they get the chance, how is it now that our poverty rate is going down? More questions here than answer, but you wanna say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel on the road to 30K and beyond. Help me to get there. Please to like the videos. Them it is free to like and share out the videos. Get the video to at least 10,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself. Happy Thursday.
It's good to be in my parish. Now, it's 10:31. And I want the media who are here to survey the crowd with rain threatening. And you have been here for about 2 hours or more. nobody moving. I don't intend to finish at 11 o'clock because I want you all to get home early and safe. So I have a few messages to give to you. First of all, allow me to commend the St. Elizabeth team. They have done a wonderful job. I have been on this point about representation, and representation becoming a big issue in the elections to come. The people of Jamaica want to see good representatives. But I want to also say that all of you gathered here as supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party, you have told me that you want to see good representatives. And as your leader, I want you to know that I have received the message. I also want you to know that I didn't get the message in my ears and sit on it. We get the message and we are acting on it. The Jamaica Labour Party has put in place a program where we have started to call in all our MPs that we have assessed. And we have said to them, you need to perform better in this area. You are doing good in this area, but here is where we think you need to come up with some new ideas. Because in any organization, after any period of time of holding authority, sometimes people become complacent. We have done too much. We have achieved so many things that previous administrations have never even dreamt of being able to do. For us to become careless with our politics. So I know it is not the most popular message with some people, but it is a message that has to be said, and it has to be said right here on our platform, because it is indeed a concern for our people. I like what Deputy Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Wheatley, said, that before your very eyes, the politics of Jamaica has been transformed. And you know which party has transformed it? It is the Jamaica Labour Party that has transformed the politics of this country. I want you to appreciate that we now have a politics where our discussions are elevated. When you come to a Jamaica Labour Party meeting, we don't have to call nobody name on the other side. We don't even have to mention the other side. We don't have an argument with nobody. We don't come on stage and spread lies and rumors. We don't believe in tearing down others to lift up ourselves. We have the substance on which we can get the support of the people. We have the performance to show. Hold on. And we don't need music to make the people them realize.
Yes, sir. Who that? I'm there on the live, you know. So I'm there on the live and then see me on the live and then still up. Why we don't know here, man? And then still attack same way. Why we don't know? Why we don't know, Virgin? We don't know.
Again.
Don't
Selector,
know.
the highest respect for you. But because me have the time constraint, me gone 5 minutes already. So we have carried the politics to a new level.
Let's see if we can find something.
Where we campaign on our record. And a very strange thing is happening in our politics, where there are those who are trying to say, don't pay attention to the record of performance. Can you imagine that? There are those who are trying to diminish the performance. But we have struggled for a very long time saying we need to have a politics of performance. We have struggled for a...
So, but let me ask things, if we were to really examine the performance of the JLP, let's keep it 100. What grade would I give them? What grade would I give them? And then, you know, if you grade them, and just look for your own life. Keep it simple for the people. NYC, big up yourself. Keeping it simple for the Jamaican people. If you were to do examine, if you were to examine this government, I think the best way to examine them and give them a grade is to remember what was their quality of life before now, 10 years ago. How was you living? What was the state of crime in Jamaica, in your community? What was the, how safe did you feel in that time compared to now? I mean, even the water situation, you have some places never have water yet, so, you know, them can't really grade it because there's still not water. But my God, people are buying more water now more than anything else. You understand? How will we see? Put up one video. I think, yeah, live they actually are going right now. I'm not going to talk on that because I'm not listening to it. But the title of it was very interesting. I said, wow. You know, but, sure. So, what are the people? Let me ask you one question. So, what are they? Everybody has said they know what hear the Prime Minister voice. So, we can't go play no clip of the Prime Minister when me do my reaction. No, man, we have to give and take, people. We don't have to give and take. You guys are ridiculous now. We not get out of hand. We understand, say, if Prime Minister go to trauma and PTSD, but man, come on, man. Come on, man. But then again, I know, say, me take that back. Uno do, because, you know, the pastor, the apostle already prophesied that this would happen. He prophesied that the people would turn against him, turn against Andrew Holness. He did prophesy for true.
A very long time to say we need to have a politics of accountability. And what I have tried to do as a leader is to...
No. Andrew Holness. My God, this man just talk about accountability. That the word is supposed to be on kryptonite for him and film government. Accountability? Oh, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind after I tap on it, there's so many things, but Bridget, last time I checked, you know, the Auditor General, they come out with that statement about money that is unaccounted for. Unaccounted for. Right? The money is unaccounted for. You cannot account for the money. Trillions of Jamaican dollars unaccounted for. And you guys attacked the Auditor General. So, How are you now trying to sell the Jamaican people that you are about accountability? Somebody make that make sense. How is Andrew Holness selling that he is about accountability? And when it was the prime time to be accountable, he attacked the Auditor General that her job is to maintain accountability. It's the same thing with the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission is about accountability. What did Andrew Holness do? Andrew Holness sued the Integrity Commission. Yo, this dude is different, man. Yo, this dude is Confucius. If you not listening to him good and you not remembering what's going on, you're probably gonna be like, yo, Andrew, yeah, you know, him a going good, him accountable. And he's doing well, and poverty is down, and the economy is great, and yo, every single thing what them say is a lie, as far as me concerned. Alright? The reality where we are live is not what they say it is. And that's facts. Alright? Madness about accountability. Man, get out of here. What time is it? Yeah, I'm spending good time with you. Okay, 3. So, let me see, 3:36. Oh, wow. No, hold on. Yeah. I want next 20 minutes to do, no? And then I go all that fresh, put on my clothes and thing, and get ready for the interview. And you know, when the interview done, you know it go. I have an interview live with Kennard Smith, ladies and gentlemen, on BOLO V&R. You guys can go check out number 6 episode that dropped today on BOLO TV via BOLO V&R. Throwback video episode number 6. Tomorrow is number 7, and then you know it continues and the count goes up. A lot of those videos are gems. They're diamonds. You guys should go check them out. Andrew's ability is to coon other people's money. That's accountability. Well on. Yo, y'all is funny, man. No, y'all funny. Hold up. Hey, PB, man. Whoa, we can't bother. Whoa, I see what you did there. Oh, Jesus, I see what you did there. No, sir. Yo, you was funny, man. Oh, my God. Wait. Hold up. Damn. So, Andrew's accountability, or you break down Andrew accountability is to, his first name is Andrew, so it starts with A. So that's the A in accountability. And then what he does, his ability is to count other people's money. My God. Yo, this person just broke down accountability in 2 words. Well, A, and then count, and then ability, accountability. Yo, that's tough. Nah, that's tough. Nah, I gotta give props where props is due. That's tough. PB, hey, you got skills, man. You said the only accountability we Andrew have is the ability to count other people's money. That is crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. Anyway, am I not like still, you know? What I need is a vacation. That's what I need. I need a vacation. Mummy need a vacation too. Spa treatment and all of these wonderful things, you know? Yeah, I need a vacation, y'all. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for a vacation. I'm just kidding. Don't start a GoFundMe for a vacation. Oh my days. No man, but seriously, we need a vacation now. Is it just me or is the heat? Do you guys feel tired more? Do you guys feel more tired? Yo, this heat is crazy, bruh. I feel like there's a weight. It's like the gravity get higher or something. I feel like there's a weight on my shoulders, bro. That's why I'm gonna find myself on the ground and just turn the fan on me like, yo, ah! No, sir. Oh boy. Oh, what is? Oh, somebody. Sure. Alright, let me find it. So hold on there. I will be someone. Oh, tomorrow. Bath Primary School tomorrow. Alright. 6 o'clock. Alright. I hear you. What else is going on here? So. Talk about somebody who makes sense, yeah, man. Enough these leaders in Jamaica. When them again, you're supposed to know by now, forget everybody name. And if you don't, well, I do. I be forgetting everybody's name, bro. Oh yeah, here we go.
There comes a moment in the life of a nation when silence is betrayal, when continued obedience is suicide, and when bowing to the same hands that choke you is no longer diplomacy, it is surrender. My name is Captain Ibrahim Traoré. I do not speak with the polish of career diplomats. I do wear the cologne of multinational borders. I was not in Washington nor groomed in Geneva. I speak from the battlefield where people bleed and the soil embers. I speak for a nation that has long been treated like a debtor's prison. And today I speak directly to the International Monetary Fund, not with trembling hands, but with a voice rooted in centuries of African pain and now African awakening. Too long, the IMF has posed as a benevolent doctor prescribing economic treatment to sick nations. But what we've learned, what we've heard, is that your medicine often kills the patient. Your loans arrive with smiles, but they are poisoned arrows wrapped in contracts. You speak of stabilization, but you deliver strangulation. You speak of reform, but what you really mean is obedience to models built in foreign labs never meant for African soil. But we are not your laboratory. We are not your experiment. We are not pawns in your economic chess game. Burkina Faso and the whole of Africa is waking up. And when we wake, we do not ask for permission to breathe. You see, I come not to beg for cancellation. I come not to plead for relief. I come to tell you what no African leader has dared say loudly enough. We no longer accept economic policies that reduce our people to beggars. While our gold lines the vaults of the West, we no longer dance to the rhythm of conditionalities that gut our public services, cripple our farmers, and force our youth into exile. We no longer accept being told that good governance means handing over our national wealth to foreign firms with smiling. Council tense. So today we begin a new conversation, not one between debtor and lender, but one between equals. Between nations, between truth and falsehood. And this is not a press release, this is a reckoning, and it begins now. One, to change the modern form of slavery. Let us speak plainly without euphemism, without the polite lies of diplomacy, that the kind you offer Africa is not a tool of development. It is not a bridge to prosperity. It is a shekel. It is modern slavery dressed in suits and spreadsheets. You call it structural adjustment. We call it structural punishment. You call it financial discipline. We experience it as generational despair. You call it despotnership. But when one partner profits while the other bleeds, it is not partnership, it is plunder. Let me ask you, how can a nation rich in gold, uranium, cobalt, and fertile land poor? How can a continent that fuels the industries of the world not afford to feed its children? We are told it is mismanagement, corruption, incompetence. Yes, Africa has its wounds. Those were inflicted by the very hands now offering us band-aids soaked in interest. Let me tell you what this debt looks like in real life, not on your PowerPoint slides, but on our streets. It looks like children studying by candlelight because the national power grid was privatized, sold to foreign investors who charge prices our people cannot pay. It looks like hospitals with broken beds, no antibiotics, and mothers dying in birth because your conditions demanded we/public spending qualify for. It looks like millions of African graduates with degrees in hand but no future, job-creating sectors were outsourced, sold off, or under your imposed liberalization policies. And worst of all, it looks like dignity broken. You see, the repayment plans you create are not economic formulas. They are death sentences. You lend us $500 million and ask for $2 billion in return over decades through interest restructuring fees. See controls and privatization clauses that rob us of our national assets. What is the moral justification? You say the contracts were something, but let me ask, is it consent when the patient is bleeding and you are the only one holding medicine with a price tag and a clause? Is it choice when the gun is not pointed at your head but at the starving child behind you? Nor, Your Excellencies at the IMF, this is not consent. It is economic coercion. This is not development. It is domination. This is not globalization. It is neo-colonialism in financial robes. The new generation of African leadership are no longer blind. We are no longer grateful for crumbs from the tables our labor built. We are done applying policies that hollow out our economies in the name of efficiency. We will no longer trade our sovereignty loans that disappear into the hands of consultants, only to return as debt. Let me be even more clear. Africa does not owe you. You owe Africa. You owe us for the gold taken under colonial boots. You owe us for the minerals that your sons while villages remain in darkness. You owe us for the diamonds that dazzled your palaces, blood and sons. And yet, even all this, we are not asking for charity. We are asking for justice. True justice begins with the end of exploitative debt structures. Justice allowing African nations to audit what we owe, where it came from, and who benefited. Justice means allowing us dignity to our own futures as clients but as equals. This message feels uncomfortable, then good. Because it's time the comfortable were confronted. To the puppet strings, how the IMF undermines African sovereignty. To speak of sovereignty in Africa today is to speak of a dream deferred, a continent of flags and anthems. Yes, but true freedom that still hangs in question. To say we are independent, but independence without autonomy is illusion. Few institutions have done more to that line between self-rule and subjugation than the International Monetary Fund. You do not govern us, yet you draft our budgets. You do not vote in our elections, yet your approval determines whether our economies collapse or breathe. You claim neutrality, yet the ink of your influence runs deep in the laws we pass, the leaders we appoint, in the limits of our own ambition. This is financial aid. This is political engineering. You arrive with briefcases and blueprints, not bombs, but the damage is often the same. Behind your technical language lies a silent weapon, conditionality. It begins politely, cut subsidies, liberalize your markets, devalue your currency. They say just recommendations, but what are recommendations? Starvation is the price of refusal. What are suggestions when the next loan, the next breath depends on obedience? Let us not pretend you become the architects of our internal affairs. We were told structural adjustment would create efficiency. Instead, it created dependency. We were told austerity would eliminate corruption. Instead, it eliminated hope. We were told the free market would lift us. Instead, it lifted our wealth and flew ashore. And when our people protest, when they rise in anger and hunger and the agony of unmet needs, you do not take responsibility. You step back claiming you are merely observers. But history is watching. Your hands are not clean. From Ghana to Zambia, from Senegal to Kenya, we have seen it play out the same. Leaders forced to privatize water only for foreign companies to raise prices beyond reach. Undercut by cheap imports, they kill industries. Leaders told to cut spending on schools to balance the budget while foreign debt payments rise. If we dare to question your models or reject your prescriptions, we are blacklisted. Punished, our credit rating downgraded, our currency fact, our leaders vilified in international media as radical, unstable, or populist. But what is more radical than forcing a country to choose between feeding its people and ties repaying loans it never benefited from? What is more unstable than a society where youth have no future, no jobs, and no faith in politics? Because their nation answers to banks before it answers to its people. Let us be honest. Our influence has too often been a veto on our dreams. You have become unelected governors of African policy. And yet we are not merely victims, we are rising. A new wind is blowing across this continent. We are reclaiming the right to govern ourselves and our languages for our people by our values. We will no longer accept debt that demands we cut essential services before asking the rich to pay taxes. We will no longer tolerate consultants writing our national strategies while our professors go unpaid. We will no longer bow to institutions that answer shareholders, not citizens. To the IMF, I say this with clarity and calm. We will be sovereign, even if it means rejecting your loans. Even if it means slower growth, but growth that is ours. Even if it means pain for now, but freedom in the long run. Africa does not need masters, it needs partners. And if you cannot walk with us as equals, then step aside, because we are moving forward. And this time the strings are being cut. 3, a system designed to fail us. We were born into a system we did not build, a global order forged in the fires of empire with the spoils carved into contracts, laws, and institutions that still govern us today. Colonizers left, they did not leave behind fairness. They left behind frameworks built to extract, not empower. You see, the problem is not just the IMF for food. It is the entire architecture, the rules of trade, finance, credit, and global power that are designed to keep Africa in second place. Designed not by God, not by nature, but by men. Powerful men who decided what value means and who deserves it. Let me ask a simple question. Why is it that we, the continent with 60% of the world's arable land, still import food? Why do we who sit atop gold, diamonds, oil, and lithium need foreign aid? Because the game was never fair. We were made exporters of raw materials, not builders of industries. We were assigned roles in the global economy, like actors in a tragic play. You grow and they process, you extract, they manufacture, you borrow, etc. They lend, and every time we try to rewrite the script, the penalties follow. Credit agencies slash our ratings. Multinational lobbies threaten sanctions. Tech giants pull out investments, and their media calls us unstable. But what is more unstable than a world where a continent of 1.4 billion people contributes the least to climate change, suffers the most? What is more irrational than a system where cocoa farmers in Cité d'Ivoire who feed the world's sweet tooth cannot afford chocolate? What is more unjust than countries who are once colonizers now lecturing us about governance, while sheltering the stolen wealth of African elites in their banks? And yet they call this order a meritocracy. They say work harder. They say more transparent. They say attract investment, but what they don't say is this. The scoreboard was rigged from the beginning. The rules were never neutral, and the referees, the WTO, the World Bank, the IMF, serve the same teams who have always won. Let me give you an example. When we attempt to support local farmers with subsidies, we are told this distorts the market. Yet the US and Europe spend hundreds of billions on their own farms every year and call it protection. When we try to build state industries to create jobs, we are told this is inefficient. Yet their richest corporations were born from state-funded innovation from NASA, from war, contracts, from public research. When we push back exploitative mining contracts, they say we are hostile to business. But isn't it more hostile to extract $100 worth of resources and leave behind $3 worth of schools? Africa is not asking for pity. We are demanding fairness, not charity, justice, not handouts, equal footing. We are the youngest continent on Earth. And yet the global economy treats us like we have nothing to offer but our labor and our land. But our value is not in what lies beneath our soil. It is in our people, our quota, all minds. They said the system works. We say for whom? It is time we stop playing by rules written without us and start rewriting them in our image. We do not seek to burn bridges, but we will not walk across those that lead only to more pains. So hear this clearly. We are not broken. The system is, and if it will not change willingly, then we, the children of Sahara, Nkrumah, Lumumba, and Biko was ended ourselves. Because we did not come this far just to survive. We came to thrive. And we will no longer wait for permission to do so. Or a new path, sovereignty, self-reliance. Now that we have named the injustice, let us speak of rebirth. Africa does not need to beg for inclusion. Africa does not need another savior, another lecture, another conditional loan. What we need is a new path, one carved by our own hands, guided by our own vision, and rooted in our own values. Self-reliance is not isolation. It's not arrogance. It is the reclamation of dignity, of choosing to stand on our own feet even when the ground beneath us trembles. Let me be clear. We are not rejecting partnership, but we are redefining its terms. For too long, partnership has meant dependence. It has meant waiting for approvals for grants and loans, while our people starve and our youth flee across the seas. This is not partnership, this is bondage with a friendly smile. So we must build differently. And it starts with 5 principles. 1, feed ourselves first. No nation is truly sovereign if it cannot feed its people. How can we speak of independence when a drought in another land dictates the price of bread in ours? We must invest in agriculture, not as a tool of survival, but as a pillar of power. From seed sovereignty to irrigation, cooperative farming to agro-processing, Africa must rise from subsistence to abundance. Let every village become a fortress of food security. Let every farmer become a nation builder. To educate, to liberate. The most dangerous weapon colonialism left behind was not the gun. It was the syllabus, a curriculum that teaches us about foreign kings but not our own heroes, that praises foreign philosophers but ignores African science, innovation, and wisdom. We must rewrite education to raise children who know their worth, who build with purpose, who innovate with pride. Let us teach coding alongside crops. Let our schools be laboratories of freedom. We must educate not just to pass exams, but to shape destiny. On what we produce, raw materials leave Africa. Finished products return 10 times the price. This is therefore in the master trade. We must process, manufacture, and innovate locally. It is not enough to own the mines. We must own the means to refine, package, and profit. We must support African businesses, protect our infant industries, and end the addiction to imports. This is how we create jobs. This is how we keep wealth in our borders. Let the world come to buy from Africa, not just to take. For unite or perish. A fragmented Africa is a weak Africa. We cannot negotiate with the world as 54 scattered voices. We must integrate economically, politically, technologically. Let us build railroads that connect Lagos to Dakar, data centers that protect our knowledge, and defense alliances that protect our peace. ECOWS, SADC, AU, they must evolve from clubs of diplomacy to engines of collective action. No single African nation can stand alone, but together we are a giant. 5, trust our people. Too often our leaders trust foreign advice over local wisdom. They fly thousands of miles to ask questions their own communities have already answered. But the solutions are here in the hands of our youth, our women, our elders. Let us fund local innovation. Let us amplify village voices. Let us believe that the mechanic in Ouagadougou and the coder in Kigali are just as brilliant as any consultant in Paris. We will not be free until our own people are trusted to lead the future. My brothers and sisters, we are not building a copy of the West. We are building Africa, our Africa. We are not chasing the dreams of others. We are daring to dream anew. Self-reliance means we may stumble. It means we will make mistakes. But those mistakes will be ours, and in them we will learn to rise. There is no Savior coming. The Savior is already here in our hands. Our hearts are unity. Let us stop waiting. Let us stop dreaming. Let us begin. Not tomorrow, not after the next summit. Now, Africa will not rise through speeches alone. It will rise through soil-stained hands and steel-stained factories. Let us take what was always ours, not through war, but through will, not through hate, but through healing, not through begging, but building. This is the dawn of self-reliance, and we will never go back to the chains. 5, the people's mandate, you are not powerless. To my beloved people, young and old, urban and rural, educated and unschooled, you are not powerless. You have been made to believe belong only to the suits behind microphones. That the future is dictated by those who sit in tall buildings far away. That decisions about your life are made in echo chambers with no windows to your suffering. But let me speak plainly. Real power does not start at the top. It starts at the bottom. It starts with you, the farmer who rises before dawn, the mother who puts her children before herself, the young man who refuses to kill even when he is hungry, the girl who walks 5 miles to education every day, the street preacher, the nurse, the tailor, the teacher, the water carrier. You are the foundation. You are the pulse of Africa. But here is tragedy. You have been taught to wait, to hope that change will come from someone else, to clap when are thrown at your feet, to fear questioning authority, and that authority fails to protect you. This mindset must end. We must tear down this invisible wall, the one that separates the leaders from the people, the informed from the unheard, the elites from the everyday heroes. True leadership does not rule, it serves, and service without accountability is tyranny in disguise. Why the system prefers you power. The international institutions we challenge today, the IMF, the World Bank, and others, they don't just seek to control government. They rely on your influence. They thrive when you are too exhausted to resist, when you're too distracted by survival to organize, when you are taught that politics is dirty and not your concern. But understand this, every price hike, every fail.
Want to hear that? When you're taught that politics is too dirty, listen that again. He said so many things that I agree with.
When you're too distracted by survival to organize, when you are taught that politics is dirty and not your concern.
Yeah, I was taught that and I was tricked. That's facts. I was taught that, hey, politics is too dirty, man. Shouldn't be my concern, I should just forget about it, live my life, work, trying to find a way, even when the government is doing everything to mess up my bag, to mess up my way of living, to rob from me. You know what I'm saying? With my own tax dollars, I become a mule. I become a hamster in the hamster wheel. But I'm going to end it off there. Like I said, in an hour, I got an interview, so I'm going to prepare myself. I got an interview on BOLO V&R 2.0, so, y'all can go check that out. USAIN Bolt, man. Remember Ibrahim Troy's Usain Bolt. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, bro, with you in this situation. I don't know. If you need help, Usain Bolt, blink. Usain, if you are threatened, blink. Alright? Blink 2 times. Alright? If you are safe, blink once, Usain Bolt. Blink once. Alright? Let us know you're okay, man. Damn. Did they this is conspiracy now. Did they capture Usain Bolt and what we see is his clone? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way Usain Bolt out here, the ambassador for tourism, after the government is responsible for putting a company out there that and certifying them, to be safe, that robbed his money and 200 plus other Jamaicans. No way. And conveniently, the Prime Minister took out his money or whatever money that was in there from SSL just before everything crashed. Come on, man. This don't look good, man. Usain Bolt. I said blink 2 times, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you're not safe, blink 2 times, baby. If you're being threatened, blink 2 times. Anyway, these are jokes. Yeah, I'm gonna go relax and take a shower right now. See y'all later, man. On BOLO V&R 2.0. 5 p.m., baby, 5 p.m.